Hey everybody, what is happening? East Daily East. I am back with my Madden 16 Ultimate Team Free Raiders ebook update. This is going to be looking into Mike Scrape 3 offensive stuff. We do have Sefalon with us. That's my bro. He's just starting his channel up, so I will put a link down below for Sefalon's channel. But again, him and we work together on this. It's easier to lab with another person coming across, and when you're going to be doing any of that. And I was, it started off just trying to see how we wanted to slide, how we want to block against this. We both know how to run this, defense. Everybody should learn that so you know how to counter it. So as we start off, you're just figuring out the blocking. There's like a play action, it does pick it up, that outside Lawrence Taylor coming on there. For the base guys, for everything we're going to be doing today is blocking the running back, though, and shifting our line to the right. We wait until near the end of the play to shift the line. Right there, you see I move the running back back and forth, and if you do that, he will shoot the gap. So I'm guessing if you're going to use that, you're probably going to have to shift left to pick up LT if you're trying to use that method. So this is the out of single back 4. We'll get some random plays here. Single back 4, this is the way that I run that one. PA draw shot. Everybody likes that play, but I run it like this one also. As you see, with that blocking, with blocking the running back and shifting your line out to the right, that play ends up being wide open. It's a tough one also for the user to get out there and read that one. But if the user starts jumping out to the left, you also are going to have that little inside slant route. So you just kind of, a lot of the stuff that also is going to be in the scheme is going to be dependent on what we get the user to do, because he's the one who has to chase. He's the one who has to decide what play, what route he's going to attack if this is with the defense he's going to throw at you. So what we're trying to do is we get some stuff that counter both sides and make it just too hard for him to get out to. And if he has to start making adjustments, he's going to start breaking down the blitz. It's going to start becoming less and less effective. But the big formation that we'll be running out of today will be the shotgun ace twins offset, which is number 3 in the book. And then I'll mix in a few other things down here, and you see he come out, and that little stop routes are really good on the left side. If you put just a small little stop and then an out route on the on the tight end there, you can always do that to get the ball on the right side, because it's nice to be working left here because of plays like this. Like that one, if you can get chasing on the other side. This is the first time Sefalon ran that, and he's the one who settled into this formation, so I'll give him credit for that. I had not used this one at all, really. It's not even in my book yet, but it is, like I say, one of the great things about having such a large base number of plays. And there it is. That's so that time we saw it second time around. I wasn't, I chased the first one, but it just, the way it broke, my guy was over there. But right there, you can see I start trying to chase it off the snap, and it's just it's really hard to get out there in time unless you start cheating, okay? And if you start going to the left, then you can just put the tight end on a seam, and you can burn them with that. But this was posts out. This play was post that we were using on here, that we were having the most effectiveness with. You see, again, it's just I'm right when it's the ball snapped, I run out there to see if I can jump it. So again, unless I position myself out there, and if you see the guy doing that, you'll already know where else you can go with it. So I get this one up, and shotgun number 1 in there with the gun split raider, and just the blocking. If you ever block both of the guys in the back there, you've got all day for the 3. That's kind of what I wanted to show this formation, even though we're not really setting up plays for it. We might show you some plays for it later, but just a simple thing right there, taking the outside receiver on that left side and putting him on a stop. You're going to make that play a lot of the times also, unless you've got something jumping, or if he's maybe throwing possibly under shading and he gets a real good break on it, you mistime it. But other than that, I've found that I can make those a handful of times also. And then you're going to have, and then when the blocking sets up, you've got one-on-one on the outside. You can always launch it up. I just showed you the video on how to stop that. That's why, Sefalon stops mine. We both know how to do that. But a lot of people, you're still going to be able to aggressive catch. And you see right there where we're running that one. And that one's actually out of shotgun number 6. That's doubles wings offset right there, the Oakland double dig. But you see right there, I could went to him or the tight end. And when I saw that, it's something I wanted to go back to later, saying, okay, we can really start exposing that part of the field. Again, I just run a simple play action to see, show you that you can pick up that left guy with it. We were sliding to the right and picking up LT. So if you have, play action plays that are better designed, that is another way to, slow down that rush at least. But for us, we were sticking with this, and he's going back to the post play here. So, a lot of times your flats will be, should always be open. The flat should always be open unless he does a user jump. And every so often, as a user, I was trying to say I would jump out there on him, and then he just goes to the top guy. So that's just the trick of that. But the only other thing is on both sides, if you throw flat routes, you just know that, again, you have a high chance of getting hit sticked and fumbling the ball. You see, I say right there, I see I'm trying to jump down on the bottom route. He has the top one there, so if he gets the timing of it and get that pass, it's going to be open a lot of times. So we're even working short side of the field. That time, I do sit underneath that one, but just to show that's always the risk. I mean, if you're going to throw picks, it'll be in that spot, but the left one, the post one that you run, is here's I'm going to run that one for the first time just to check it out. And I throw more of a bullet. He throws more of a lob one, so it's just whatever, depending on how you like to do it. But that play is truly going to be effective, really going to be a lot of trouble for people. And then when you start wanting to adjust off it later, is going to be another thing. So you can see the separation he's getting there, and even when I was trying to put Lawrence Taylor, I put Lawrence Taylor on a purple just to see if I can get him to chase out there if I was just making adjustments, and he couldn't catch up with the play. We tried again, LT. This time we get a little better, but he's still able to get the nice ball placement over the top. So that and when I'm doing that, I'm really putting the clamps down on the side, but I'm also opening up for the for the blitz. It's really killing the blitz. And right there, that's what I'm saying. So then you just come off. See, if he's chasing left, though, okay, now that's the whole thing. If we've got him chasing left, you put that tight end on a streak and just throw him up the seam. Because here's the big thing you notice. If you start getting your tight end seams going, and right there, I was just that play. I'm not a bigger fan. We were just testing some more out there. I think that's you'll see a lot of people running. That's one of those 1-3 vert sort of plays, but that one kind of plays into the hand. Yeah, the PA verts. That one kind of plays into the hand of the defensive coverage, as we saw in there. So we ended up not liking to run that one out of that unless we figured a different adjustment. But again, when you can get him, the defender to chase left, you're always going to have that. And because we're running out of this one, all you do is when you want to put the streak on the right, you just block the tight end on the left. You can still shift to the right, but you're going to block the tight end on the left and the running back. See, but the A open wide open. I could have threw it even earlier. So now right here on this play, this is the flood play. Okay, this is flood out of we're still, again, we're going to be in shotgun number 2 here, gun ace twins offset. But on the flood here, he has to choose one of those out routes. You know what I'm saying? You've got one or the other. And once you figure out where he's going, I mean, you just throw it to the other guy. Like A and B, he has to decide between the two. He has no choice. So basically, you watch where he's going. Where's the spacing? I could go either way right there because he got stuck in the middle, and we're going to get the fast one out there to Bryant. But that play now, that is going to be very effective. Also, it's going to have to take some different adjusting for him to be able to stop that when you start hitting with that. So you can, like I say, just make sure you're blocking the tight end on the left side when you're doing that. Otherwise, that blitz is going to come screaming in. It is still you still have to do that. So we go out, we block the running back. You make your hot reads. Okay, and you on that play, block your tight end. Also, make your hot reads. And then do your shift line right at the very end. It just seems to be a little bit more effective that way. So we got a couple plays designed out of here, and there we go again. That one, I was trying to show him how to run that play, and he didn't send out the tight end on that one. That could be essential because if you don't send the tight end on the right on that flood play, he's got a route he can jump because that's a jumpable route. The one that we run that's going to be on the post on the post play, that one is a lot harder to jump because you have to really fly out there and he has to get there ahead of time. So that's the difference on that. Like I say, this post right here, that B route, that one trying to jump really fast, he can even know it's coming. It's just tough to get out there that quick. And again, if you want to live on the edge, you can always throw the one-on-one bomb up. If you're comfortable with that, but more than likely, I would keep my streaks off the tight ends. And here you go, because we hadn't really touched on some of the running. The inside zone, guys, the inside zone out of this is very effective, and so is the 0-1 trap. Okay, but you just want to run the ball right through the middle. And I've had a lot of plays in other formations I tried that I could not run through there. You might have the occasional 2 to 3 yard, but a lot of times the blocking sets up very well because we have that stacked line out there. So there, like I say, there's a shorter one, and I think we're trying to test him one on the outside coming up here just to show. I'm not a big fan of running this one outside. Now there are you can do your toss plays left. Okay, you can do some of that stuff for other runs, and we can show some of that in other ones. I just really wanted to focus on this one specific formation today, though. But so with this formation, you're better off inside zones, 0-1 trap. You can run the ball, like I say, pretty well. And right there, you say again, if you want to get the ball out to the right, you can then just put it out on Kelsey out there. You block the left anyway. You can try and do a fast one and not block it, but I like to block anyway on the left just to make sure, because sometimes them things just scream. And there you go, just a nice inside zone. So once you get this guy going back and forth, you hit him with the post over the top. He starts chasing the posts. You hit him with the seam on the tight end. I mean, you guys, I believe this scheme alone. This formation alone will be enough to break somebody out of it. And I'm not going to stop here. Sefalon and I are going to bust our butt, continue to try and find more and more, plays, that'll work, or maybe even another formation. At least then maybe you have 2 formations to work out of. I would like to find maybe a few stronger plays to the right, but I know they are a little bit more of the pain, but they are out there. Like I say, I know we can always run flats, guys. The flats are open. Okay, so this is a given, but like I say, you also just have to know if you're going to run flats, you need to somehow have a guy out there who can block ahead of you, because you don't want to get hit stick, man. That's rough when you're going out there and then the dude blows you up and then he picks the ball up and runs for a touchdown. That's one of those for us. So we're trying to avoid those plays. We want to get the ball down the field too. Okay, I don't want to have to sit here and nickel and dime my way 4 yards down the field to do this, because that is in his favor. That is actually what they want, because they know they're going to get a turnover eventually by doing that, or they're going to get a sack or 2 and put you in a bad spot. So again, here, guys, just reminding, we were always blocking the running back, shifting the line to the right at the end of the play. So we come out and. A few other. This is just like a stick. Here you can run sticks, and I can modify them, whatever it is. But right there, see, I just put that streak right there on Eifert, and if he doesn't jump that way, if he's not floating out to the right away, that streak is also open all day. So he's gonna have to manually probably take that yellow and maybe try to man him up on you. So you keep your eyes open for any real adjustments on it, but for the most part, I don't think you're not going to come across a ton of advanced mic scrapers. There will be a few. Most of them are just going to run it and run it and run it and run it. And when you beat them, go drive down the field once or twice like this, they're probably going to quit on you. So that said, Sefalon and myself, we'll probably, we're going to bust this out a few more times. We we lab against each other, so we're going to try and find some more things, maybe another formation, maybe even 2. So if you guys are interested, we'll keep this stuff coming. Otherwise, thanks for checking this out. And again, make sure and check his channel out in the description. Peace out.